Let me ask you something. Have you ever helped someone so much that they actually got weaker? Have you ever said yes when every part of you wanted to say no? Have you ever achieved something big but felt completely empty inside? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you're about to discover why, and more importantly, what to do about it. Welcome to Artificial Fluency. I'm your teacher, and today we're exploring 8 life-changing lessons while improving your English. These aren't just language lessons, they're insights that will transform how you think about success, relationships, and happiness. We'll learn advanced vocabulary, practice complex sentence structures, and explore ideas that successful people spend years discovering. Ready to level up your English and your life? Let's begin. Here's our first truth, and it might shock you. Sometimes helping people actually hurts them. Let me explain with a story. Imagine you have a friend who always forgets their wallet every time you pay for them. You think you're being kind, but what happens is they never learn to remember their wallet. Your help becomes their crutch. Key vocabulary. Crutch. Something you depend on too much. Example. Checking my phone became a crutch for avoiding conversation. Enable. To make someone's bad behavior possible. Example. By doing her homework, she was enabling his laziness. Dependency. Needing someone or something to function. Example. His dependency on others prevented his growth. Here's the deep truth. When you constantly rescue someone, you send a hidden message. You can't do this without me. That's not love. That's control disguised as care. Think about it this way. If I go to the gym with you and lift all your weights, will you get stronger? Of course not. Growth requires personal effort. You can't transfer your sacrifice into someone else's success. This is deep stuff, right? If you're learning both English and life wisdom, hit that like button and subscribe. Comment below. Have you ever helped someone too much? Better approach phrases. I believe you can handle this. What do you think you should do? I'm here if you need me, but try first. You're stronger than you think. Grammar point. Second conditional for hypothetical situations. If I always helped you, you wouldn't learn. If you never struggled, you couldn't grow strong. Common mistake. Don't say, if I will help you always. Use if I always helped you for hypothetical present situations. Lesson 2. No is a complete sentence. You don't need to explain, justify, or apologize for protecting your boundaries. Let's learn how saying no actually improves relationships. When you say yes but mean no, what happens? You feel resentment. The other person feels your reluctance. Nobody wins. Key phrases for saying no. That doesn't work for me. I can't commit to that. I need to prioritize other things. Not right now. I've changed my mind. I deserve better. Important. Notice these are statements, not questions. You're not asking permission to say no. Vocabulary: resentment, anger from feeling treated unfairly. Saying yes when you mean no breeds resentment. Boundaries: limits you set for yourself. Healthy boundaries create healthy relationships. People-pleasing: always trying to make others happy. People-pleasing seems kind, but often causes problems. Here's what science shows. People who say no regularly have higher self-esteem and lower anxiety. Why? Because every no to others is a yes to yourself. Real story. A woman spent 40 years saying yes to everything her family wanted. One day, she finally said no to hosting a holiday dinner. Her daughter's response? "At first, I was mad, but then I realized you've never said no to me. You deserve to." Grammar structure: the more, the more. The more you say yes to others, the less you respect yourself. The more you set boundaries, the more people respect you. Here's lesson 3. Your attention is more valuable than money. Money lost can be earned back. Attention spent is gone forever. Think about this morning. How much time did you spend scrolling through your phone, worrying about something you can't control? That's attention you'll never get back. Vocabulary for attention: attentional control, ability to focus deliberately. Attentional control predicts success better than IQ. Mental energy: your brain's capacity for focus. Every decision uses mental energy. Cognitive load: how much your brain is processing. Reduce cognitive load by limiting choices. Stop wasting attention on people who don't value yours, problems you can't solve, comparing yourself to others, reliving past mistakes, worrying about unlikely futures. Are these lessons hitting home? Subscribe for more English lessons that teach real wisdom. Where do you waste the most attention? Tell me in the comments. Better attention phrases: is this worth my mental energy? I choose to focus on what I can control. I'm investing my attention wisely. This doesn't deserve my headspace. Present perfect for life experience: I've wasted years thinking about that. I've learned to guard my attention. I've never regretted ignoring drama. Lesson 4 will change how you think about success. Achievement without alignment feels like failure. What does this mean? When your accomplishments don't match your values, they feel empty, like wearing clothes that don't fit, uncomfortable, no matter how expensive they are. Key vocabulary: alignment, things matching or agreeing. His actions weren't in alignment with his words. Hollow, empty inside despite appearance. The victory felt hollow without his family there. Values. What's truly important to you? Success means different things based on your values. Examples of misalignment: getting promoted but losing family time, earning money through work you hate, winning by compromising your integrity, achieving goals that others set for you. The truth: you become successful by what you get. You become happy by what you lose, specifically ego and envy. Ego is excessive self-importance. His ego pushed everyone away. Envy is wanting what others have. Envy poisoned her happiness. These two emotions destroy connection, and connection is the real source of happiness. Conditional perfect for regrets. If I had followed my values, I would have been happier. I could have achieved less, but enjoyed more. Lesson 5 is uncomfortable but powerful. The people who frustrate you most teach you most about yourself. When someone annoys you, ask, what part of myself am I seeing in them? This is called projection, seeing your own issues in others. Examples: hate when people are late. Maybe you struggle with time. Annoyed by show-offs. Perhaps you want more recognition. Frustrated by lazy people. Could be you're too hard on yourself. Your emotional reactions are messengers. Triggers show your wounds. Jealousy reveals your desires. Anger exposes your boundaries. Defensiveness indicates your fears. Impatience reflects your expectations. Vocabulary. Trigger. Something that causes strong emotion. That comment was a trigger for her. Projection. Putting your feelings onto others. His criticism was really projection. Mirror. Something that reflects truth. People are mirrors for our own issues. Useful phrases. This is triggering me because I'm projecting my fear onto them. They're mirroring something in me. This reaction is teaching me about myself. Lesson 6. People remember how you made them feel long after they forget what you achieved. Think about someone important from your past. What do you remember? Their job title or how they treated you? Science shows emotional memory outlasts factual memory. We forget achievements, but remember when someone truly listened, when someone showed up for us, when someone believed in us, when someone was patient with us, when someone made us feel valued. Vocabulary for kindness. Affection. Warm, caring feelings. Her affection was more valuable than her advice. Dignity. Treating someone with respect. He gave me dignity when I had none. Presence. Being fully there for someone. Your presence matters more than presence. Grammar. Past continuous for background emotions. She was always making me feel important. He was constantly showing he cared.
They were forever supporting my dreams.
Lesson 7. People change more from being understood than from being corrected. We think we help by pointing out mistakes, but people already know their flaws. What they need is someone who sees beyond those flaws. Instead of, you should do this, try, help me understand. Instead of, you're wrong about, try, I see why you feel. Final lesson. We remember endings more than middles. This is called the peak end rule. One bad goodbye can ruin years of friendship. One kind ending can heal decades of distance. Always end conversations well. Leave places better than you found them. Finish relationships with respect. Close chapters with grace. Vocabulary. Peak end rule. Judging experience by its peak and end. The peak end rule explains why last impressions matter. Grace. Elegant, dignified behavior. She handled the ending with grace. Let's review our 8 life-changing lessons. Overhelping creates weakness, not strength. Saying no builds respect and self-worth. Your attention is your most valuable resource. Achievement without alignment feels empty. Your triggers teach you about yourself. Kindness is remembered longer than success. Understanding changes people more than correction. Endings matter more than middles. These aren't just nice ideas, they're practical tools. Use the English phrases we learned to implement these lessons. I believe you can handle this. Empowerment. That doesn't work for me. Boundaries. Is this worth my mental energy? Attention. This doesn't align with my values. Integrity. Your homework, choose one lesson. Write 3 sentences about how you'll apply it. Use the vocabulary we learned. Remember, you repeat what you don't repair. You repeat what you don't reflect on. These patterns don't disappear with time. They disappear with work. Thank you for these 60 minutes of deep learning. We've covered advanced vocabulary, complex grammar, and life-changing wisdom. You're not just improving your English, you're improving your life. If these lessons resonated with you, share this with someone who needs to hear them. Subscribe for more English lessons that go beyond language. Comment below which lesson will change how you live. This is Artificial Fluency, reminding you that learning English opens doors, but understanding life opens possibilities. Keep learning, keep growing, keep reflecting.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Artificial Fluency. Before we start today's lesson, I want you to think about yesterday. What was the first thing you did when you woke up? Did you brush your teeth, make coffee, check your phone? Here's something interesting. We all do these everyday activities, but do you know how to talk about them naturally in English? Today, we're going to explore the beautiful world of everyday English, the phrases, vocabulary, and expressions you need to describe your daily life with confidence. By the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly how to talk about routines, cooperation with others, learning new skills, and finding happiness in simple moments. So, grab a cup of tea or coffee, get comfortable, and let's dive into the English of everyday life. Today's lesson is special because we're going to learn English the way native speakers actually use it, through real-life situations and daily activities. We'll cover 4 main areas. First, we'll talk about daily routines and planning, how to describe your day from morning to night. Second, we'll explore cooperation and teamwork, the English you need when working with family, friends, and neighbors. Third, we'll discuss learning and skill development, how to talk about hobbies, practice, and improving yourself. And finally, we'll look at finding joy in simple moments, the vocabulary for describing happiness and well-being in everyday activities. Teaching note. Notice how I said, grab a cup of tea or coffee in the introduction. This is a very natural, informal way to say get or take. Native speakers often use grab for quick actions like grab your keys, grab some lunch, or grab a drink. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Let's start with something we all do every day, our morning routine. Listen to this story about John. John wakes up at 6:30 a.m. every morning. This routine allows him to have time for everything without feeling rushed. Teaching note. Without feeling rushed is a very useful phrase. Rushed means hurried or stressed about time. You can say, I don't want to feel rushed, or take your time, don't feel rushed. But what happens when routines go wrong? One day, John overslept. But listen to his wife Maria's response. It's okay, John. We can have a quick breakfast together and then leave. This shows us something important about English and about life. When things don't go as planned, we stay positive. Maria didn't say, you're late, or this is a problem. She said, it's okay, and offered a solution. Key morning routine phrases. I wake up at, not I wake up in. I have time for everything. Without feeling rushed. It's okay. For when things go wrong. We can have a quick breakfast. Teaching note. We say wake up at 6:30, not wake up in 6:30. For specific times, we always use at. We use in for parts of the day, in the morning, in the evening. Now let's talk about planning activities. Smart people make lists. Listen to Alex. Alex uses a list for groceries. He needs to remember rice, vegetables, milk, and bread. Later, Maria discovered something even better. This app is very useful. We saved a lot of time today. And John agreed. Yes, technology makes life easier when we plan properly. Planning vocabulary. Make a list, not do a list. I need to remember. This app is very useful. We saved a lot of time. Technology makes life easier when we plan properly. Teaching note. Save time is different from save money. When we save time, it means we do something faster or more efficiently. This shortcut saves me 10 minutes, or online shopping saves time. Let's look at travel planning. Michael had a great train journey because he arrived at the station early, checked the schedule, and bought his ticket. The result? His journey was smooth and stress-free. Travel planning phrases: arrive at the station early, check the schedule, buy a ticket, smooth and stress-free, leave early for work. When John and Maria planned a country trip, Maria observed planning everything in advance made the trip enjoyable. John agreed. Yes, preparation always helps. Key learning points for routines: use at for specific times, make a list, not do a list, save time equals do something more efficiently, and in advance means before something happens. Now let's talk about one of the most beautiful aspects of daily life: working together with others. Cooperation makes everything easier and more enjoyable. Let's start with household chores. Listen to Lisa and David. Lisa and David vacuumed the carpet, dusted the shelves, and cleaned the windows together. David said, "Cleaning together makes the task less boring." Teaching note: dust, as a verb, means to clean dust from surfaces. Vacuum is both a noun, the machine, and a verb, the action. We say vacuum the carpet or do the vacuuming. Here's Daniel helping Anna. Daniel helped Anna carry heavy grocery bags from the car to the kitchen. Anna was grateful, and Daniel replied, "Helping each other is part of living together." Cooperation phrases for household tasks: work together or do something together, makes the task less boring, help someone carry something, helping each other is part of, it's easier with your help. Teaching note: heavy bags, not weight bags. We use heavy as an adjective for things that are difficult to lift. This box is heavy, or these bags are too heavy for me. Let me share another beautiful example. James and Lucy decided to make pancakes. "Cooking together is more fun than cooking alone," Lucy said. And when Anna and Daniel washed their car, they played music and talked while working. Anna said, "Cleaning together makes it less boring." The magic of small help. Sometimes the smallest acts of cooperation make the biggest difference. Lisa was in a shop and noticed the assistant was very busy. What did she do? She helped by arranging some items on the shelf. Later, Lisa reflected, everyone can help a little. And when Lisa helped her neighbor carry heavy bags, the neighbor said, "Thank you so much. Helping others creates strong communities." Community cooperation phrases: everyone can help a little, arrange items on the shelf, helping others creates strong communities, thank you so much. Teaching note: arrange means to put things in order or in the right place. Arrange the books. Arrange the chairs. Arrange items on a shelf. Family support examples. When Lisa saw David struggling with a heavy box, she said, "Let me help you, David. It's too heavy for one person." David responded, "Thank you, Lisa. It was much easier with your help." When Emma was feeling unwell, what did Michael do? He prepared some soup for her. And when Michael's daughter needed help with homework, he said, "Helping each other with learning is important." Family support phrases. Let me help you. It's too heavy for one person. It was much easier with your help. Prepare something for someone. Helping each other with learning is important. If you liked this lesson, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you can keep improving your English with us. Emergency cooperation. Sometimes cooperation is urgent. Daniel and Anna heard their neighbor's cat was stuck in a tree. They immediately went to help. This shows us that good neighbors are ready to help in emergencies. Key learning points for cooperation. Together makes tasks easier and more fun. Let me help you is a polite offer. Heavy describes things difficult to lift. Small help makes a big difference. Arrange equals put things in order. Now let's explore one of the most rewarding aspects of daily life: learning new things and developing skills. The beautiful thing about learning is that you can do it every day, in small ways. Learning through reading. Maria wanted to grow vegetables at home. What did she do? She learned how to grow tomatoes and carrots from a book about gardening. Michael and Emma had the same idea, so they went to the library to search for information about plants. Teaching note: learn how to do something is the correct pattern. Learn to do is also correct, but learn how to do is more common. I want to learn how to cook, or she learned how to drive. Learning new hobbies. Listen to Anna's knitting journey. She started learning to knit, and Daniel encouraged her. "It looks great, Anna. You are improving every day." Anna was excited and said, "I want to make a scarf for you soon." James had a similar experience with painting. Lucy observed, "Your paintings are improving." And James explained the benefits. Practice makes a difference. Hobbies develop creativity, patience, and relaxation. Learning and hobby phrases. Learn how to do something. You are improving every day. I want to make something for you. Practice makes a difference. Develop creativity, patience, and relaxation. Teaching you. Make something for someone means to create something as a gift. I made a cake for my friend, or she knitted a scarf for her son. Online learning. Anna discovered origami through online tutorials. Daniel noticed her progress. You are getting better every day. Anna replied, learning new things is fun, especially with practice. Daily learning improves skills gradually. Online learning phrases. Online tutorials. You are getting better every day. Learning new things is fun, especially with practice. Daily learning improves skills gradually. Teaching note: get better and improve mean the same thing, but get better is more informal and conversational. Your English is getting better sounds more natural than your English is improving in casual conversation. Physical learning. Michael tried tennis for the first time. He found it challenging but enjoyable, saying, "Trying sports improves fitness and focus." Language learning, the best example. Here's a perfect example for all of you. John has a method for learning English. He writes new English words in a small notebook every day. He writes the word, its meaning, and a sentence using it. Maria added, using new words and sentences helps you remember them faster. And John concluded, daily practice makes a big difference in learning English. Language learning phrases. Write new words in a notebook. Its meaning and a sentence using it. Helps you remember them faster. Daily practice makes a big difference. Teaching note. It's, without an apostrophe, shows possession, the word and its meaning. It's, with an apostrophe, means it is. Don't confuse these. Key learning principles. Start small. Learn a little every day. Practice consistently, not every day. Apply what you learn. Use new words in sentences. Be patient with yourself. Improvement is gradual. Find what you enjoy. Hobbies make learning fun. Learning encouragement phrases. You are improving every day. Practice makes a difference. Learning new things is fun. Daily practice makes a big difference. You are getting better every day. The final section of our lesson is perhaps the most important: finding happiness and well-being in everyday activities. Life's greatest pleasures often come from the simplest moments. Outdoor activities and fresh air. Tom discovered something wonderful. I feel relaxed when I walk in the park. It helps me think clearly. David agreed with this wisdom. Walking outside is better than sitting at home all the time. Teaching note. Feel relaxed describes your emotional state. I feel relaxed. I feel stressed. I feel happy. This is different from I am relaxed, which describes your permanent characteristic. John and Maria had a beautiful countryside trip. They enjoyed fresh air, took pictures of the landscape, and talked about their favorite memories. Lisa and David had a similar experience. Spending time together outdoors is refreshing. Outdoor activity phrases. I feel relaxed when. It helps me think clearly. Better than sitting at home all the time. Enjoy fresh air. Take pictures of the landscape. Talk about favorite memories. Spending time together outdoors is refreshing. Teaching note. Fresh air means clean outdoor air. We often say, let's go outside and get some fresh air. Let's go outside and get some fresh air. Simple picnics. Michael and Emma discovered the joy of simple pleasures. A simple picnic can be very relaxing and fun. Emma added, yes, it is a great way to spend quality time together. Teaching note. Quality time means meaningful time spent with someone, giving them your full attention. I want to spend quality time with my family. Means more than just being in the same room. It means really connecting. Cooking and baking joy. There's something special about cooking for people you love. When Michael cooked for Emma when she was sick, he said, I'm glad I cooked today. Lisa and David baked a cake for their daughter, and she was very happy and said the cake was amazing. Anna felt proud after making vegetable soup, and she discovered that baking is fun and comforting, and baking creates joyful moments. Cooking and baking phrases. I'm glad I cooked today. Very happy and amazing. Feel proud after making something. fun and comforting, creates joyful moments. Quiet, peaceful moments. Not all happiness is loud and exciting. Maria found peace in a simple routine. She loves reading in the evening for 30 minutes before bed. Anna and Daniel discovered that visiting a cafe is relaxing. Small gestures of love. Sometimes the smallest actions bring the greatest joy. James surprised Lucy with roses, and she said, "Thank you, James. They are beautiful." James reflected on this. Small gestures of thoughtfulness bring happiness in daily life. When Anna prepared a surprise breakfast for Daniel, he said it was wonderful. Thoughtful gesture phrases. To surprise someone with something. They are beautiful. Small gestures of thoughtfulness bring happiness. Prepare a surprise. It was wonderful. Teaching note. Small gestures are little actions that show you care. Bringing flowers, making coffee, writing a note, or giving a hug are all small gestures. Key points for finding joy. Simple activities can bring great happiness. Spending time outdoors improves well-being. Cooking for others is an act of love. Quiet moments are important too. Small gestures make a big difference. Before we finish, let's quickly look at how to handle small problems in daily life, because problems are part of life, and knowing how to talk about them is important. Home repairs. When Daniel's kitchen sink wasn't draining, he called a plumber and told Anna, "We need to be patient. The plumber will come soon." Later, Daniel fixed a leaking tap himself and said, "Small repairs make life easier at home." Minor accidents. When James spilled water in the kitchen, he quickly cleaned it up. This shows us that awareness and care keep everyone safe. Health issues. When Emma felt unwell, she called her doctor and made an appointment. The doctor's advice was simple. Take rest and drink plenty of water. You will feel better in a few days. Problem-solving phrases. Call a professional, plumber, doctor, etc. We need to be patient. Small repairs make life easier at home. Awareness and care keep everyone safe. Make an appointment. Take rest and drink plenty of water. You will feel better in a few days. What a journey we've taken together today. We've explored the English of everyday life through 4 main areas: daily routines and planning. Remember to use at for specific times, make lists, and save time with good planning. Cooperation and teamwork. Working together makes tasks easier and more fun. Remember that helping each other strengthens relationships. Learning and skill development. Practice makes a difference, and daily practice makes a big difference in learning English. Finding joy in simple moments. Small gestures of thoughtfulness bring happiness in daily life. Your homework this week is simple. Choose 3 phrases from today's lesson and use them when talking about your daily life. Maybe describe your morning routine, talk about helping someone, or share what you're learning. Remember, English isn't just about grammar and vocabulary. It's about connecting with others and describing the beautiful, ordinary moments that make up our lives. Thank you for spending these 30 minutes with me. If this lesson helped you understand everyday English better, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and ring that notification bell for more English lessons. Until next time, keep practicing, keep enjoying the simple moments, and keep improving your English with us.
Welcome to English Listening Practice. I'm Taylor, and over the next 30 minutes, we're going to dramatically improve your ability to understand real English conversations. This episode is designed for B1 to C1 learners who want to bridge the gap between textbook English and the way native speakers actually talk. Today's episode features 5 different listening passages, each with a unique challenge. You'll hear different accents, various speeding speeds, and authentic language, including idioms, phrasal verbs, and connected speech. After each passage, I'll guide you through comprehension questions and highlight key vocabulary. Here's a pro tip. Don't worry if you don't understand everything on the first listen. Native speakers often miss things too. Focus on getting the main ideas first, then the details will come with practice. Let's warm up your ears with a quick exercise. I'll say a sentence at normal speed, then break it down. Ready? What are you going to do when you've finished? Did you catch that? Let me say it slowly. What are you going to do when you have finished? Notice how in natural speech, what are becomes whatter, going to becomes gonna, and you have becomes you've. This is the real English we're practicing today. Our first listening passage is a conversation between 2 colleagues discussing a job interview. You'll hear British and American accents mixed together. Listen for the main points. How did the interview go? What challenges did they face? What's the next step? Here we go. Marcus, American. Hey, Sophie, I've been dying to hear. How'd your interview go yesterday? Sophie, British. Oh, Marcus, it was intense, to say the least. I was there for nearly 3 hours. Marcus, American. 3 hours? That's insane. What did they have you doing? Building a rocket? Sophie, British. Laughs. Felt like it. First, there was the panel interview, 4 people firing questions at me, then a technical test, and finally a presentation I had to prepare on the spot. Marcus, American. Whoa, talk about putting you through your paces. How'd you handle the pressure? Sophie, British. The panel interview went brilliantly, actually. They asked about my experience with project management, and I used that STAR method you taught me. You know, the situation, task, action, result. They seemed really impressed when I talked about the Morrison account turnaround. Marcus, American. That's awesome. I knew that would come in handy. What about the technical test? Sophie, British. That's where things got a bit dodgy. They threw in some curveball questions about software I haven't used in years. I was honest about it, though, said I'd need to brush up, but that I'm a quick learner. Marcus, American. Honesty is always the best policy. They probably appreciated that. And the presentation? Sophie, British. They gave me 30 minutes to prepare a pitch for a hypothetical client. My hands were literally shaking, but once I got going, I found my rhythm. I even made them laugh a couple of times. Marcus, American. That's huge. Humor can really seal the deal. When will you hear back? Sophie, British. They said early next week. The waiting is going to kill me. The head of department mentioned they're interviewing 12 people for just 2 positions. Marcus, American. 12 for 2? That's rough competition. But hey, you've got this. You're exactly what they're looking for. Sophie, British. Thanks, Marcus. Fingers crossed. If I don't get it, at least it was brilliant practice. The feedback alone was worth it. Marcus, American. That's the spirit. Want to grab coffee and debrief properly? I want to hear every detail. Sophie, British. Absolutely. Your treat if I get the job? Marcus, American, laughs. Deal. But I'm confident I'll be buying that coffee. Okay, let's check your comprehension. Think about these questions. First, how long was Sophie's interview? The answer? Nearly 3 hours. Second, what 3 components did the interview have? Answer: a panel interview, a technical test, and a presentation. Third, how many positions are available and how many people are interviewing? Answer: 2 positions, 12 candidates. Let's look at some key phrases. Dying to hear means very eager to know something. Put through your paces means to test someone's abilities thoroughly. Dodgy, British slang meaning uncertain or risky. Curveball questions, unexpected, difficult questions. Seal the deal. Finalize something successfully. Notice the connected speech. How'd your interview go? How did becomes how'd. Going to kill me. Going to becomes gonna. Now let's challenge ourselves with a news report. This features more formal language and technical vocabulary. Listen for what new technology is being discussed. What are its benefits? What concerns are raised? Good evening. Tonight, we're examining a groundbreaking development in carbon capture technology that could revolutionize our approach to climate change. Our science correspondent, Jennifer Walsh, has this special report. Thank you, Richard. I'm here at the University of Cambridge, where researchers have unveiled what they're calling a game changer in the fight against global warming. The team, led by Professor David Chen, has developed a new material that can absorb CO2 from the atmosphere at unprecedented rates. Professor Chen, what we've created is essentially a super sponge for carbon dioxide. Our metal organic framework, or MOF, can capture CO2 molecules while allowing other gases to pass through freely. What's particularly exciting is that it works at room temperature and requires minimal energy to release the captured CO2 for storage. The implications are staggering. Current carbon capture technologies are energy-intensive and expensive, limiting their widespread adoption. This new material could reduce costs by up to 75% while increasing efficiency threefold. However, not everyone's convinced. Dr. Sarah Martinez from the Environmental Policy Institute raises some concerns. Dr. Martinez, while this technology is undoubtedly impressive, we need to be cautious about viewing it as a silver bullet. There's a risk that breakthrough technologies like this could be used to justify continued fossil fuel consumption rather than addressing the root cause of emissions. We call this the moral hazard problem. The research team acknowledges these concerns, but argues that we need every tool available in our climate arsenal. Professor Chen, we're facing a climate emergency that requires both immediate emission reductions and active removal of existing atmospheric CO2. This technology doesn't replace renewable energy or conservation efforts, it complements them. We're looking at scaling up production and, if successful, we could see industrial applications within 3 to 5 years. The technology has already attracted significant investment. Tech billionaire James Morrison announced a $500 million fund specifically for carbon capture technologies, with this Cambridge team receiving the first major grant. The question now isn't whether this technology works, it clearly does, The challenge is scaling it up quickly enough to make a meaningful impact on global emissions. For BBC News, I'm Jennifer Walsh in Cambridge. Fascinating developments there. Coming up after the break. Let's test your understanding. What type of material did the researchers develop? A metal organic framework, or MOF, that acts like a super sponge for CO2. What's the cost reduction potential of this technology? Up to 75% cost reduction. What concern does Dr. Martinez raise? The moral hazard problem, that this technology might justify continued fossil fuel use. Key vocabulary. Game changer, something that completely changes how something is done. Unprecedented, never seen or done before. Staggering, shocking, or amazing. Silver bullet, a simple solution to a complex problem. Moral hazard, when protection from risk encourages riskier behavior. This next passage is a customer service call with background noise, interruptions, and informal language. Listen for, what's the customer's problem? What solutions are offered? How is it resolved?
Good afternoon, Tech Support Plus. This is Raj speaking. How may I assist you today? Hi there, Raj. I'm having a nightmare with my internet connection. It's been cutting in and out all week, and I work from home, so this is really affecting my livelihood. I completely understand how frustrating that must be, sir. Let me pull up your account. Can I have your account number or the phone number associated with your service? Sure, it's 555-0147. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Thompson, I can see your account here. You're on our premium fiber plan, is that correct? That's right, yeah. Premium's a bit of a joke though, considering the service lightly. I sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. I can see there have been some intermittent connectivity issues logged. Let me run a diagnostic on your line. While that's running, can you tell me when these disconnections typically occur? It's totally random. Sometimes it's fine for hours, then boom, drops out for like 10, 15 minutes. Yesterday, it happened right in the middle of a presentation to clients. I look like a complete amateur.
That's absolutely unacceptable, and I'm truly sorry that happened. The diagnostic is showing some signal degradation on your line. Mr. Thompson, have you noticed any construction work in your area recently? Actually, yeah. They've been digging up the road about 2 blocks away. You think that's related? It's very possible. Construction can sometimes damage underground cables. I'm seeing here that there's a reported infrastructure issue in your area that's scheduled for repair. However, I don't want you to wait any longer. I have 2 immediate solutions for you. I'm all ears. First, I can send a technician to your property tomorrow between 2 and 4 p.m. to check your internal connections and potentially reroute your service through a different line. Second, as compensation for this inconvenience, I'd like to offer you a portable 5G hotspot free of charge until your main connection is stable. We'll also credit your account for the past week of service issues. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that. The hotspot would be a lifesaver. Can you guarantee it'll work better than my current connection? The 5G hotspot provides a completely independent connection, so it won't be affected by the cable issues. It should give you speeds of 50 to 100 Mbps, which is perfect for video calls and regular work. I can have it couriered to you today for arrival by 6 p.m. That's actually fantastic, Raj. And the technician tomorrow? Yes, sir.
They'll do a comprehensive check and have authorization to implement any fixes needed at no charge to you. You'll also receive a text an hour before they arrive. Is 2 to 4 p.m. suitable? Perfect. Raj, you've turned my whole day around. I was ready to cancel everything and switch providers. We absolutely don't want to lose you as a customer, Mr. Thompson. Your satisfaction is our priority. The hotspot will arrive today, the technician tomorrow, and you'll see a credit of $89.99 on your next bill. Is there anything else I can help you with? No, that's everything. Thanks for actually listening and solving the problem, instead of just reading from a script. It's my pleasure, sir. You'll receive an email confirmation of everything we've discussed. Have a wonderful day.
Comprehension check. What's been happening with the customer's internet? Cutting in and out intermittently all week. What 2 solutions did Raj offer? A technician visit tomorrow and a free 5G hotspot delivered today. What compensation will the customer receive? An $89.99 credit on a next bill. Useful phrases. Having a nightmare. Experiencing serious problems. I'm all ears. I'm listening carefully. Turn something around. Completely change a situation. Reading from a script. Giving rehearsed, impersonal responses. This passage is from a university lecture on behavioral economics. It features academic vocabulary, complex ideas, and a Scottish accent. Listen for the main theory being explained and the examples used.
Right then, continuing our exploration of cognitive biases, today we're examining what's arguably the most pervasive bias affecting human decision-making, the availability heuristic. Now, before we dive deep, can anyone recall what we mean by heuristic? No? Well, a heuristic is essentially a mental shortcut, a rule of thumb our brains use to make quick decisions without extensive analysis. Usually these serve us well, but sometimes they lead us astray. The availability heuristic, first identified by Tversky and Kahneman in the 1970s, describes our tendency to overestimate the likelihood of events that come easily to mind. In other words, if you can readily recall examples of something happening, you'll think it's more common than it actually is. Let me illustrate with a classic example. Which do you think causes more deaths annually in the United States? Shark attacks or falling aeroplane parts? Most people immediately say shark attacks. Why? Because shark attacks make headlines. They're dramatized in films. They're memorable and frightening. But here's the thing. Statistically, you're 30 times more likely to be killed by falling aeroplane parts. The availability heuristic has skewed your risk assessment. This bias has profound implications for how we navigate modern life. Consider how media coverage affects our perception of crime. Despite crime rates falling consistently over the past 3 decades in most developed nations, surveys show people believe crime is increasing. Why? Because every violent crime gets extensive media coverage, making these events highly available in our memory. The business world exploits this bias constantly. Insurance companies know that after highly publicized natural disasters, people overestimate the risk and purchase more coverage than statistically warranted. Marketing teams use vivid testimonials